Udinese 5.5 plus 450. Draw 3.78, which is plus 278. And Inter. We can't have you opening the show and not have Inter at the top of it. At 1.77, which is minus 130. Is the minus 130 drawing you in?
Yeah, it's got to draw me in. I mean, they're on the road, but Udinese's tough at home. But Inter need to dig down and bounce back here after Alex just said, those 3 draws, and they've failed to. Every time Juve drops points, they seem to fail to capitalize and gain ground, or even take over that lead, or keep the lead. They used to have the lead. They just signed Eriksen. I think that's a great signing for them. I think that's going to bolster that midfield, and it's going to provide even more creativity for Lukaku and Martinez. You look at their lineup today; they're playing a pretty rotated squad, which even strengthens the belief that they're going to try to go out here and try to bounce back and get some more points, get those 3 points, and close the gap on Juve, and hopefully try to pull away from Lazio. But Lazio's red hot, but that'll come up later. Inter 1.77's got to be the play here. I don't think they can afford to let some more points slip away here.
Alex, Inter at 1.77, which is minus 130. Is that drawing you in?
Yes, it does. As Chef Michael mentioned, Eriksen is a great signing, and I think that they will use him from the first match against Udinese. Unfortunately, Sensi will lose his spot there in the middle. Sensi, an amazing player, so I'm really sad for him. Lautaro Martinez was red carded last week, so he's suspended for this match. But I think that it's time for Lukaku to show what he is capable of and make the difference in that match against Udinese. Udinese, who are a tough side to visit, who will have I'm sure that they will have a defensive approach. So I think that with the help of Eriksen, maybe also Alexis Sanchez might be used in the starting 11, because he's a good player, at least for Serie A. Yes, I think that that is a great set of odds at 1.77.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the next game, and it's Sampdoria at 4.4, which is plus 340. The draw is at 4.0, which is plus 300. And Napoli at 1.88, minus 114. Please don't tell me that you're trusting Napoli.
I do. I trust Napoli after two wins in a row against Lazio in the Cup and against Juventus. I've seen that something changed there. I think that the internal issues are solved a little bit. I think that they are on the good track. Gennaro Gattuso, despite being, I'm not at all a fan of Gennaro Gattuso. I think that he's one of the worst Italian coaches in the league there. I think that he brought a little bit of his fighting spirit back, because this is what he has right now. Matteo Politano, a great signing from Inter Milan, a great signing. Now they are trying to take also Andrea Petagna from Spal, which is a great player also. I think that Napoli with Insigne on fire right now, without Mertens, I think that they still have a good quality, far better than what Claudio Ranieri has at his disposal to Sampdoria.
Okay, Chef Michael, this is a great game. Cagliari at 1.96, which is minus 105. We've got the draw at 3.8, which is plus 280. And Parma at 4.0, plus 300. Screams the Alex Classic. I like Parma away from home. I like Cagliari at home.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about both of them, but Cagliari have kind of fallen off the map here. They've slipped all the way down to seventh. They're behind Parma there. Past 5 weeks, you look at the way they've fallen. They've lost to Udinese, Juventus and AC Milan, and then they had those two consecutive draws with Brescia and Inter. I just think it's hard to figure if Cagliari's been unlucky or if the first half of the season they were maybe playing over their heads. It's really hard to get a grasp on which way they're going to go right now. Parma, I think, is heading the other direction. I think they're heading up over the past 10 matches. They've taken 17 points. It's a pretty great, decent run of form to chase down Cagliari for that final European spot. Cagliari, they have the firepower. I just don't think they've figured out how to utilize it and how to finish the jobs. Giovanni Simeone, he's the only fit forward Cagliari have right now. They're Cari Alberto is injured now. Pavati, Ragazzu injured long term, which is kind of, you watch Cagliari, it's changed their whole formation, which I think is contributing to their downfall. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 now, rather than their usual 4-3-3 when they have their fit forwards up there. I think their Cagliari struggles are going to continue here. I like Parma away from home. I'm going to play it a little safe here with draw no bet at 2.7.
Draw no bet at 2.7. I thought the other way would have been Parma, double chance. Having the draw on your side as well. Definitely think that Cagliari are odds on at home. They say odds on, look on. Chef, I'm going to stay with you. It's a no-brainer. It's Lazio at 1.25 minus 400. The draw at 7.0, which is plus 600, and Spal at 15.0, which is plus 1400. Lazio, and how many goals?
100.
Yeah, I think Lazio can pick their number here. I mean, Lazio are the form squad in the league right now. They're on a 11-game win streak. Finally ended with that draw over the weekend. Next week they got Verona, and then they have that clash with Inter in a couple weeks, which will be a great match to watch. I think that'll shape up the top three spots there going forward, depending on what Juve do. I don't see Parma being able to do too much here. I was going to combine the win mark and the goals. I think I'm just going to stick to win to nil here. I don't think Parma can crack that Lazio attack or get past their defense. Lazio win to nil at 2.05.
Okay, Lazio are playing Spal, so let's hope you're not getting too mixed up. Oh, you seem to have Parma on the brain, so I'm just going to go back to that. Parma 4.0 away from home, plus 300. Chef Michael wants to talk about Parma in every single game. Get on, because when he does that, it's normally because he knows it's a winner. Alex, Sassuolo 4.33 plus 333. Draw 4.0, which is plus 300. And AS Roma again odds on away from home at 1.85, which is minus 118.
Okay, Cagliari and Parma didn't make the cut, but for the fourth match. But I will play the fifth match. Cagliari versus Parma over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.9 minus 110. So AS Roma away at Sassuolo. You discussed a little bit about Lazio 1 minute ago, and I think that Lazio against AS Roma, they didn't show as title contenders. They went to win a point. They went to defend. In the first half of the game, they didn't exit from their half, just in that only occasion when they scored, which was a very, very lucky goal. AS Roma dominated the entire match. In there, very impressive, in my opinion. Despite being without Zaniolo injured, I think that Roma should take care of business. Sassuolo, one of the teams I like to watch week in and week out in Serie A, and I always go for goals with them. So you can take also the over 2.5 here, which is priced, let me tell you, at 1.57 in an ACA bet. But I'm going for AS Roma straight win there. Very impressed with them last week. Very unlucky not to beat Lazio. So yes, AS Roma all the way for me. They are my banker of the week in Serie A at 1.85.
Excellent. That saves me a bit of time, not needing to come back to you for your banker, Alex. But I am going to come back to you for Bologna at 1.75, which is minus 133. The draw at 4.15, which is a massive 315. And Brescia at 5.0, which is plus 400, Alex.
Yeah, this Bologna side, again, one of the good sides, decent sides in this league. I really like Serie A lately in the last 2-3 seasons because they are not the same boring. We talked about this also in the past, the same boring league. Another mentality, a winning mentality. The teams are fighting for that European positions, you know. And Bologna is one of the teams with a great squad. Brescia are going down. I think that sooner or later they will go down. They are bottom of the table right now with 15 points, but the fight there is very intense because there are four teams separated by just 1 point from Lecce, Spal, Genoa, and Brescia. Good thing for Brescia is that Balotelli is back from a suspension, so he will travel with the team and probably play against Bologna. But when you have Bologna at 1.75 at home against bottom of the table, you cannot skip that. So Bologna for me at 1.75.
Yeah, cannot get away from that. I like it as well, and I've put a little 4-team parlay together, and Bologna and Roma in Serie A are my side of the fence. Chef Michael, what do you like? Is Bologna at 1.75, which is minus 133, just a ticket?
Yeah, I like Bologna to win here too. I mean, these are two teams that are heading in different directions here. Bologna trying to crack the top of the table, and Brescia, as Alex just said, is heading back down to Serie B. Bologna, decent form right now. They're coming off the win at Spal and had 2 draws against Fiorentina and Verona, and then a couple weeks ago had that win with Lecce. Bologna, they're not really a deep team. They're dealing with a lot of injuries, midfield and defense. Rossellini's been brilliant. Palacios been brilliant. Brescia's been pretty poor. Like Alex just said, Balotelli's suspended for the red cards. They've been having to rely on Tragoso for goals. I think both teams are going to score here. I got both teams to score 1.74, and then I'm also going to go Bologna. I'd like Bologna to win, but at 1.7, I'm going to combine it with that both teams to score at 3.5.
Like that. I just thought maybe Bologna minus 1 might have been the way to go. Chef Michael, before I wrap up, give me your banker, please.
Parma, draw no bet.
Yeah, like that. Really like that. I think Parma are definitely on the up. Gentlemen, have a great weekend. Keep up the good work. Alex, top work as always. Chef Michael, Inter, we love that.